I'm in a meeting.
Can't do that.
Hey, Brian.
Oh,
Hey, Jason, how you doing?
Good. And everyone else?
So Charlie said he's not going to make it. He's flying back from wherever he was into PDX. So I think we've probably got what constitutes going to be the quorum for tonight anyway, unless anyone knows anything more than I do. So we all ready to go?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
So for old business, Jason and I have spoken about this, but the thought would be, is it time to come back and revisit the disc golf course expansion at Osprey Park? I don't think the city's really going to sell it anytime soon, so perhaps we can come back and see if they want to go forward with an expansion. Any you want to expand on that, Jason?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I mean, the club, and when we had months ago when we were talking about doing this, when I presented, got approved to put it on the city council docket there. It just seemed like a dire things started getting kind of weird, and the pandemic was dragging on, and things were just not looking up so well. But it seems we have a little bit of a turnaround here, and the club is all about it. They were anyway to begin with, to put a few extra holes in Osprey, and like you said, Brian, I don't think the city's going to sell the park anytime soon. So we're willing to invest in it again. It got brought up again, and because that park is actually used by a lot of people that are just starting to play disc golf, and intermediate players and stuff like that. And I enjoy playing it. The club actually would probably enjoy playing it a little bit more if we added a few holes in there, and we could maybe do some club days there as well. So yeah, I think it would be great to basically go forward with it and bring it to city council, and I'd be willing to be there and explain.
Yeah, I guess I'd recommend we do that not on the next session, but on the 4th of November, just because next session they're going to be anchored on the supplemental, I think, for most of the night. So
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, I don't necessarily want to be in a meeting for 2 hours and then then all of a sudden, all right, it's my turn. Oh, yeah. So yeah, I will go with that.
Any objections to that from the rest of the group?
nope.
I just think it would be a positive thing, and encourage more regular residents to go and visit that beautiful park, and perhaps more traffic by the citizens would be less traffic by the homeless. So.
Yep, that's always a bonus for getting a few more holes there.
And we might see if we can put it on the Highway 58 service or something to let people know it's increased its number of baskets.
Yeah, well,
You mean signage, Leo, or are you talking
Well,
about Highway 58 Herald?
the Herald.
Yeah, 58 Herald.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, once we get it approved by council, yeah, I'm thinking that'd be a good thing.
And I think signage too, if we're still in conversation with ODOT about what's allowed for our new signage plan.
Yeah, because we have those signs now, right? Like for all the parks and whatnot.
We have the first wave. We don't have all of them.
Okay.
The ones that were supposed to go on 58, since we were still in discussion with what would have to happen, we haven't ordered those yet, but it's a quick turnaround from the sign company, so it won't take too long once we get it hammered out with Grace and I and ODOT. So it gives us time to maybe order another one that would say, the Osprey disc golf course, something like that.
Yeah, just a disc golf symbol or something. That'd be awesome.
Oh, yeah.
All right, we'll move on. And I don't know, there's a whole lot to talk about here. Linda might have more than I do. I know that we met with the engineers and talked a bit about it. And then I guess I'm trying to figure out the next step. Are they going to present this to Lane Electric for some sort of help, or is there something that I should be doing here?
Well, it is a little bit of a mystery. I decided to send an email to Susan Obermeyer and just kind of test the water. And it was just a few lines, and I said, hey, checking in, a few weeks ago we met over at Banner Park, and who was there and everything, and what's going on? And she said, oh, I'll put in a good word. So just the mystery to me is whether we overcame that $500 fee from Lane Electric to take a look at the pole.
Well, I haven't gotten a bill yet.
Okay. Okay.
That's a good thing.
Yeah. So I'd be happy to nudge Rick Durst at Durst Energy and say, hey, have you got a proposal? What's going on? And I was absolutely surprised that he came out and had not okayed his billing with Lane Electric. I thought my email was incredibly clear. We have no money here on this end, and you came on out here. So don't ask me for anything. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. And I still am still investigating the use of CMAQ funds for that project as well, and that might be a way to really give it some oomph, because there's a lot of money in that account if we can have access.
Yeah.
To it. What's that?
Yeah, I'll let you know as soon as I hear anything if Lane Electric has got cold feet or warm feet or whatever, and whether CMAQ can provide the remainder if they go low on it.
Yeah, I think it'd be really cool to have that thing in Banner Park and charging up cars.
Yeah. Yep.
All right, let's see. Next is Diamond View. So as you know, the project's done. I think Robert said that they had cleaned up most of the debris there. And I think we're ready. I know that Eugene, and I don't know if Leo's pitched in on moving rocks and piling them up, but Robert's agreed to carry them off whenever you're done. And we can figure out how we're going to move the dirt around and what else we need to do. I know that I sent Eugene a couple of initial kind of items that I had that would help them diagram it out. It wasn't real good, but I've also got the city engineer looking to see what he has as far as AutoCAD for Diamond View, to see if maybe it's something that Sue can work with. But hopefully we'll get the design down, and that'll let us start bringing the excavator, whatever we're going to use in to do the pump track. Any comments on that, Leo?
Yeah, Eugene and I went out last Thursday and looked at it. Like there's those vertical humps close to the road. He wants to maybe pull one of those out and combine them, and they're too close. And there's got a couple areas he wants to widen the circle radius on the circles and stuff. I have been moving rocks over there. Somebody decided they'd move some of them back, like 40 of them for me. I haven't had a chance to go move them back yet. Eugene, yeah.
What's up with
Yeah.
that?
They kind of ticked me off because it was like, it took me a lot of effort. I started using a bucket and I realized, you idiot, you got a wheelbarrow. So I was moving them. And I noticed like a couple days ago, somebody moved like 40 of them for me. So, I do have knowledge of a person who has a little excavator, but he uses it as business. I don't know his schedule. And my neighbor, David, is willing to operate it, to do some of it. We're looking for, we're gonna have to have a little bit of good weather.
Yeah.
We talked about some type of seeding of something to stabilize the slopes over the winter. Is there any money in that fund that was supposed to stabilize the raw dirt that they moved, or
Let
do you
me,
know that, Brian?
let me check with Robert on that one and see if we got some grass seed or whatever to stabilize it.
So pretty much waiting, like I said, we did take some measurements for Eugene to come back with a plan, and then we'll just have to sit here and wait till we get a couple days of good weather so we don't make a disaster over there. But they're around the concrete slab, around the picnic, the covered area, there still is 3-inch dropouts on the concrete to the soil. It doesn't look like they finished it.
All right.
And they shouldn't have been allowed to leave a drop off like that on a handicap sidewalk.
Where's it located on the sidewalk, Leo?
It's around, you know where the covered area is?
Yeah.
It's on that side, probably 2 or 3 sides of that building, of that covered area.
Let me see what we got going down there.
And I asked you, was there planned some like motion lights for that covered area so we could kind of discourage people from hanging around at night or something, or?
Not currently. They're not that expensive. Maybe we can get some solar lights that'll kick on when
Oh,
they move. Shouldn't be that bad.
okay.
Yeah, Leo, you live over there, so you know the frequency of, again, homeless people. One time I went over there and I hadn't seen the inside of the bathroom, so I knocked first and it was open, so I opened it and there was like a groan of some kind from the interior.
What?
And I was unable to see who the individual was, but it gave me the impression that someone was taking up residence in there. And then another,
All I've seen is people painting on the inside and on the outside. And I see the city workers of the crew is kind of touched up, painted one of the walls inside.
Mm,
And originally somebody painted on the door, like, "I love your mama" or something. And the crew took care of that as best they could. The crew's sitting there trying to handle any mess that somebody makes.
yeah, yeah. I'm not sure what to do about it, but another time there was a fellow just kind of camped out there next to the bushes and sorting his items and stuff. So, yeah.
A little demoralizing, but having just got back from Portland, I'm not surprised.
There are fewer
Yeah.
here than there. Yeah.
Yeah, small potatoes, yeah. But yeah, I gotta get over there and check it out. I see it from the upper deck when I drive up over the hill on 2nd Street, but I gotta get down there and check it out.
It's a modest place, but in any case. Any more on Diamond View? Anyone?
Looks good. Looks really good. Except for that drop off. I think they did a good job of smoothing up next to the sidewalks.
Yeah, maybe we can move some dirt around there. So Leo, if we do overseed with what would the timing be? Would you want to do it after you've done moving the dirt around, or what do you want to do?
I'm assuming after we move the dirt around.
Okay. Okay, so we'll kind of plan for that, what we got. All right. Any new business from the group?
I'm working on the plan there for my class at Banner Park, some kind of a design. And the class is really challenging. One thing I discovered, we were talking about soil, so I dug down and there's no dirt there. It's sand and gravel and concrete rubble. So it's kind of like a semi-industrial site. I'm not sure what we'll do. Maybe we'll develop another hugel culture like we did over by the disc golf.
Yeah, Bugle Mound. It's the way to
That's
go.
why those trees are so spindly. There's no dirt there. It's just like gravel.
No, Hugo Mound, I think it would be the way to go, Linda. That's a smart idea.
Yeah.
And I do have one order of business as well. And I know I've talked to, it's kind of an ongoing discussion, but the parking lot off of Fish Hatchery, that was supposed to be the disc golf parking lot, which is, but just really needs a little bit of work. The disc golf club is willing to take on the project as well and kind of daylight it more and just really clear that brush out. And then we've been talking to Davidson's a little bit, and we might be able to work something out with them so they can dump some gravel.
Yeah.
Probably about 1,000 yard or whatever, 1,000 square feet of such gravel, 3/4 minus. And oh, sorry. And is there somebody that has a comment about that? Or?
Oh, no, that was just us. Caitlin didn't realize that I was unmuted. We're on our way home from her. We're on our way home from her volleyball game.
Oh, okay, cool. No worries.
Sorry.
Yeah, that's fine. And but yeah, so it looks like we got some progress going on that. So maybe hopefully by the end of this year, we might even actually have it done, which would be great because then it would be more of an established parking area and not such a kind of this little sketchy little pull out or whatever. So that'll be good.
So Jason, the Roberts, he's on board with committing a couple hours with a machine to help you.
Awesome.
Just got to schedule ahead of time. And but both those things have to kind of be paused for a second. I have to finish up a memorandum of understanding with the fish hatchery people, just to clarify the sort of the legal aspects of it. They had asked for that in our previous conversation, and I've been kind of unfortunately tardy on it. So I'll work that up and get Dan's signature on it, whoever's going to have to sign it, and then we should be good to go there. So it shouldn't take too long.
Awesome. Yeah, last time I talked to Dan, which was 6 months ago, whatever it was, yeah, seemed like he was pretty on board for at least making that area better because yeah, it's just right across from the fish hatchery.
Yep.
So, yeah, he'd be all about it. Sounds good.
Anything else for new business? If not, I have one. So I've had a couple of citizens approach me and with the idea of the Melandon Amphitheater. In other words, renamed, since Banner has left town, rename the amphitheater, given the sort of tragic events of recent, and given John's significant contributions to the city, would there be interest in renaming it to the Melandon Amphitheater instead of Banner Park, or instead of Banner Amphitheater?
Sounds like a good idea.
Yeah, I think the Melandons contributed a great deal to the community.
Yeah, so if there's no opposition within this group, then maybe we can bring that up as a for consideration with city council and see what happens. I think it's a noteworthy thing to do, given what they have contributed not only to the city, but also just the general area with Hazeldale and the rest. So I'll put something together for that. And I thought there was something else. Let me see. No, I don't think so. So actually, yeah, we did. We're going to put a water meter in at the community garden, and we're not necessarily going to charge anyone. We need to be able to account for the water that is used there, because it shows up as leakage or wastage if you don't account for it. So we're going to install a water meter on those two, or on the two hoses, or however we're going to do it. But and I guess over time, maybe it would end up in slightly increasing the fee for the plots, so we can recover our expenses, but nothing in the beginning. So if you hear about people complaining about water meters, it's just to account for it, not to charge people yet. Anything else? If not, we can call it a night. Next meeting is November, my glasses, 8th. Yep.
Yep.
So I have a question.
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead, Bobby.
So once we finish up our supplemental budget, are we going to look at how that impacts parks and maybe discuss that as a group and
Right.
go from there?
Yeah. Given if we have success here on the 21st of October with passing a supplemental, and I'll be honest with you, the way it looks now, there's no money going back into parks, but not to say that we can't figure something out, but it's virtually all directed towards public safety, of course, and then a little bit back into admin to increase the operating hours. So as it stands now, there's not any sort of funding that's headed, or actually the reductions that I initially had intended to take there remain, let's put it that way, in the event of a public safety, no public safety fee. So doesn't sound very clear, but in any case, I don't see much room in the parks funds to do much.
Yeah, I kind of thought that.
At least we're gathering fees now, so that's a little something.
Mhm.
Fees and we got some income from the fire service, or when they rented buildings and the like. So there is revenue there, but it's just not a lot to speak of. But we'll see what we need. Maybe we should, as a group, go through and sort of create a critical list of investments we need to make in parks, and that way at least have a list we can point to if we ever do get revenue.
And keep an eye out for the spring grants. Maybe the State Parks and Rec will have that grant that Jason applied for a couple years ago, or was ready to apply for, sorry.
Yep, and
It's all written up.
yeah. And there is the improvement should be going in here this month, is the bike hub station in Greenwater, so that'll help. And then we've got obviously the signage, so which will happen next month as well. So, all right.
And the charging station will be a fee station, so it should pay for itself and maybe a little extra.
That would be nice. All right. Any last alibis before we sign off?
I'm good.
Good talking, everybody.
Thank you.
Have a good night.
Thank
Bye.
you.